My name is Becky Harder, and I'm the Associate Director and co-founder of Protectors Peak. My husband and I had a dream 20 years ago to provide a place where our weary servants can come to rest, renew, and reconnect with God. And the Lord has provided that place in Shiloh Ranch. We understand the problems and the trauma and the stress that our law enforcement and our other servant groups go through, and Shiloh Ranch is a place where you can come to experience God and have an encounter. We hope you can come.
Hello, my name is Grant Breams. I've been a police officer for 28 years. Our group at Protectors Peak, all of us were law enforcement. Again, everybody had some sort of stressor in their life. Again, whether professional or personal, it just brought us closer together, knowing that you weren't alone in your situation. You weren't one with the people around you. Kind of the refocusing that God is not going to leave you alone.
My name is Pete Stanton. I'm a police officer with the Minneapolis Police Department. I attended Protectors Peak last summer. It was probably the first time in quite a long time that I actually took some time to work on my spiritual and mental health. When I was invited, my first thought was it's too far away, too many days, too much of a commitment, I'm too busy. I really had to check myself and realize that it was important to go. It was probably the best decision I made, doing something for mental health and just slowing down and disconnecting. You know, our lives are so hectic that even our vacations are busy and you don't get much rest. Protectors Peak completely disconnected you. It was extremely restful and probably the best thing I did for myself all last year as far as spiritual and mental health.
I'm John Stanger. I'm on the board of Protectors Peak. I'm a retired police officer. I was a cop for almost 25 years. One thing keeps coming back, and it's one of the verses that we share with everybody from Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so does man sharpen man. And I've lived that. I've lived that for several years, where there have been great people that have been brought into my life that set me on a course that I would have never imagined when I was younger. And now I get the opportunity to serve those who are in law enforcement.
My name is Chad Wilson. I'm a retired law enforcement officer. I worked for 20 years in a city police department. My first experience at Protectors Peak, my wife signed me up and I went out there and I didn't know anybody there. By the end of our trip, I had 12 new friends. We still stay in contact today. We have a Facebook group, prayer group, support, Facebook Messenger. We're all still in contact with each other. This feeling that I hadn't recognized in a long time, and I later found out what that was relaxation and peace. I found that feeling again out at Protectors Peak. That feeling is motivating me to help other people experience what I did at Protectors Peak, that joy and that peace.
My name is Brett Westbrook. I'm from Minnesota originally, and I work for the Minnesota State Patrol. If you don't know anything about the mountains and the peace that you can feel, I would go there just for that. Let's say you're not overly religious, and we're not preachy. We just know there's a spiritual component to getting rid of this stress and putting your body out in the mountains, being able to hike, sleep in, canoe, kayak, just talk to people with similar struggles, similar minds, and how they got through. I mean, it's gold. What we want to do is allow you a place to just rest, renew, talk, and maybe give you some direction as to where to go.
My name is Nate Harder, the director and founder of Protectors Peak Retreat Center. We are a faith-based nonprofit that serves our servants, our cops, first responders, military and pastors, and missionary. And our goal is to give a place of solitude where these servants can rest, renew, and reconnect with God. Our theme verse at Protectors Peak is Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Our goal is for you to come out, rest, renew, recharge your batteries, but also stand shoulder to shoulder with people from your discipline. Walk through the fire with fellow cops, fellow firefighters, fellow paramedics that have suffered, have been where you're walking, and will help you. Anyone that's scared, as far as we have all different walks of faith. Everybody is on a little bit different faith journey. We have officers and paramedics and firefighters that have been pastors, and we have people that have never been to church. My promise is we're going to stand shoulder to shoulder and walk with you. We're not going to beat you over the head with the Bible, but we are going to have a good time and we are going to help you rest, renew, and reconnect with God.